We've straightened out the cattle pasture here on the farm, and now we have room for more cattle, more than twice what we had. Today, we'll be improving our livestock setup here on the farm. You can find a link to this playlist in the description below, or check the channel page for other farming series you might like. Welcome back to the farm, guys. Today, we have a lot to do with cattle. Now, it's still September, and that's because I realized something. After last episode, I worked some more here in September, and I did the contracts. I'd got these hay bales off the field here, and then here, let's just jump over this little wall here. If you recall, last episode back here, I showed you 2 open range like cattle pens that I put back here. Well, it occurred to me, I was actually here looking at the map, and you can see here on the map where they were. It occurred to me, I was like, why do I have 2 open range cattle pens? Well, and I know the answer to that, but it's like, why do I just have one big one? Which I did, and now I'm wondering why it didn't X out this grass like that. Like, I don't know, but because the thing is, the reason I put the 2 is because I thought that each one could hold a certain number of cattle. I didn't realize until, until I was doing last episode, and it showed that one of them had higher capacity than the other, and I realized it's because of the size of the fence. So anyway, what I did was I removed both of those, and now our backyard here is just one big cattle pen. It has a capacity of 62. And also, I put it here, so it's the entire part of the yard back there. Now, it should work. We haven't put any cattle in it yet, but that's what we're going to do today, is we're going to get cattle here, we're going to feed our cattle, and do some work with the grass back there. We'll get to that in a second. So I put the front of it here so it have maximum room to expand back there, but also because right here it's close enough that I believe it's linked with this slurry pit. Because it's close enough, it should be linked with that slurry pit. Also, I put in a manure heap back here, so this should be like better, like all around, like totally. We have more than double the capacity for cows. That should be feeding into that slurry pit as well. We have manure pit here, which somehow has manure in it already, which I don't understand because there's no cows in this pen yet. I tested manure heap with this cattle pen. This cattle pen here, this is the one that comes with Oak Ridge Farm. I've tested manure pits with it before. They never produced manure, but, well, for whatever reason, the cattle are now. Right, so that's kind of where we're starting off today. I've got the big tractor out here in the grass field because, well, before we move on from September, it would be a good idea to mow it, especially now that we have twice the capacity for cattle. We want to get some cattle today to put in our new pen. And also, we'll see how that works out. But if it works out good for the cattle, well, I wanted to have a lot of cattle here in Oak Ridge Farm. So maybe if that works out, we can turn a big portion of this into an open cattle pasture as well. I like that open range cattle pasture mod. If it works out well, we can use it here too, perhaps, and have a big pasture for cattle. I did originally want to have like a lot of cattle. So I was going to get started mowing out here. I'm just trying to figure, I was going to get started mowing out here. I figure we need to feed. Actually, let's maybe do that. Let's do that. Let's feed our cattle. One of my tractors is parked somewhere. We'll have to find it. Yeah, I left this tractor out here working on the wheat field. I'm pretty sure the work here is done. Let's see. Yeah, work here on the wheat field is done. I mean, it's been cultivated. It's more things we can do on it. We want to replant it this year, but we still have time for that. But we're going to want this tractor because I figure let's feed our cattle. We haven't done that in a little while. Seems like I've done quite a few episodes of mowing the grass field and, making hay, so we can work on get our cattle fed, because the cattle we have need to be fed. And then I figure we could rent a cattle trailer to get more cattle. So we're just going to get, let's see, where's our farmland at? We're going to get this cultivator back to our farm. And here's our sunflower field. We're going to get this back to our farm, get this tractor hooked up to the TMR mixer, and well, I'll check, but I'm pretty sure our cattle are going to want some TMR. All right, let's see. As long as we're right here, let's check this. Now, moisture in the field. Okay, it's a little low. It's a little low here. I stopped the irrigation because I want to see, just in case we get more rain or something, by the time it's ready for harvest. Looks like it's going to be ready to harvest maybe next month. Let's see, sunflowers. Yeah, next month. It'll be ready to harvest next month. So if at the end of this month it's still, not raining or anything, we'll keep an eye on the moisture and maybe I'll put some more irrigation on it because it will be ready to harvest next month. It just occurred to me, I finished both of those contracts. Last episode we had 2 weeding contracts. Finished one of them during the episode, finished one after, and I don't think that I collected on it yet. No, there we go. I'm glad I remembered that. There was another $16,000 for that second weeding contract. That's done. All right, so let's go over to the cattle farm here, and we're going to get this hooked up to the mixer. All right, let's see how the cattle are doing here. Let's see it on this thing here. There we go. I saw that, and I was like, oh, no, they have nothing. But that's the other one. That's the new one. They have, oh, wow. Just in time. We are just in time. Look at that. 347 liters of food. That's all they have. Well, then we got here just in time. Are they low on straw too? Looks like the use of straw. Well, we will attend to all that. Oh, look at that. We've got extra food in here from the last, there we go. Okay, cows. This will tide you over until we can get some more mixed. Yeah, we've got some in here because last time we made too much. So there we go. They won't starve now while we're fixing their meal. So just leave this tractor hooked up to the mixer so we can run it. And should be a good spot here to park it. Yeah. All right, we are going to need hay and, well, we're right here. So let's grab silage. Going to want to grab 2 shovelfuls of silage here. All right, here is, whoa, there we go. There we go. There's one. That poured in there. And back for a second one. Now that'll give us 10,000 liters of silage. And then we'll just want to grab the same in hay. Get this out of here carefully. It's pretty heavy. Yeah, I should keep the bucket down so we don't tip over. This thing will get a little tippy if we get too frisky with the bucket. Get this carefully tipped into here. There we go. All right. Now, I think we still have a lot of silage in here. Let's see. Let's get this. How much silage do we have in here? We have 99,000 liters still. Yeah, that's enough to make, 10 more batches like this. Still, we will need more at some point. All right, now we want to throw in about that much hay. Let me go grab the loader back here. I just finished pulling the hay off the field. I should have thought to set aside 2 bales. Oh, well. We got some over here. I wonder if we have partial bales somewhere. We usually do, but I don't know where it would be. Yeah. I'll check inside the cattle pen. There might be one inside there. But otherwise, let's just grab 2 from here. This is kind of hard to get to, unfortunately. Well, it's kind of hard to back out of this place. Oh, don't push too far. All right, so we got 2 bales, which is more than enough. Need to see if there's a spare one somewhere. That's just straw in there. The bale on the side there was grass. We'll check inside the cattle pen here. Let's put these here. We only need 1 of these max. All right, this was 7,000. Actually, this one is a partial one. But this wouldn't be a partial one from leftovers. If this is a partial one, then it's because, which it is, it's because I kicked this out of the baler before it was complete, because this was where I was just loading them from, coming in off the field. So we'll look for a partial bale. So there's 7,000. Whoa, there's 7,000 liters of hay. Let's check in here. Yeah, we do have an extra one, and it's got 1,600 liters. Well, that's how it goes. Let's grab it. So we still want another 1,500 liters of hay. All right, let's get this tossed in there. There we go. Now we just need 1,500 liters, and we'll have the rest of this one to save as a partial for later. Okay, I want to be careful with this so it doesn't take too much hay off the bale. There we go. That should be about right there. Actually, we can turn this on. Yep. And if you look at our bars there, hay and silage are a pretty much perfect balance. We'll just throw a little bit of straw in there. Maybe a couple thousand liters. There's a bale right here. Let's see how much is in it. Now, we may end up doing another batch because we want to get some more cattle. We've got the money for it. We got the room for it. We may want to get... I'd say, yeah, let's get some more cattle. And so we may, well... probably gonna have to feed them. All right, so we're just gonna toss this in there. We want to get these we want to get these cows some straw, but we'll have to chop it up first. So I'm sure I maintain that I have been able to dispense straw into their pen from the mixer, but I've not been able to do it since. I don't know what the sweet spot was that I found, but I'm sure there was a way I did it. But since I don't know, we'll have to chop the straw up, dispense it onto the ground, and then scoop it in. But regardless, they need straw. All right, let's park this here for now. And we have got 23,000 liters of perfectly mixed TMR. Put this into our hungry cows. See if we can just loop this in from back here in one smooth motion. Got cows. There we go. Have some food. All right, so we're gonna get these guys fed. This might just fill up their food completely. We'll see. It'd be handy if it left us with some... No, we cut them... Oh, that's right, because we ran them like all the way out. Yeah, we cut it so close that... Okay, so we'll have to make another batch for any cows we may acquire, which I think would be a good idea. Real quick, though, let's... I wonder if our new cows are going to require straw. You know, probably not. We're going to put them in this pen out here. Let's see what kind of triggers it has. Since they're outside and they have a grass pasture, I don't guess they'll need straw. But it has a straw meter. Okay. It does have the straw meter. And there is a... Well, it looks like I could just put bales in there. We're going to figure that out. We're going to figure that out. But these guys here, we're going to have to chop up the straw. So what we're going to do is we're going to... Let's get this out in the open. We're going to grab a bale of straw and just chuck it in here, get it all stirred up. We're going to dump it out on the field and bring the wheel loader out, scoop it, give it to the cows. Yeah, and that'll be, it's a few steps, but it's a pretty easy way to get it done, really. So let's see. Our straw bales here are 8,200 liters, and looks like our pen is going to hold one bale for sure. Yeah, one bale, not overfill it, so we'll grab one whole bale. All right, we'll get this in here. Come on, there we go. Let's get that churned up. We'll get our wheel loader out here and get that scooped up. Let's park this here for now. We're going to need this guy. We're gonna need this guy on and off quite a bit today. Lots of stuff to do in September for sure. This is just the easiest way to do this because this will be able to grab all the straw in only 2 bucket fills. First, we'll get up here and let's see. We need to change the side this is emptying on. It's side left. There we go. Let's get a nice mountain of straw here. It's amazing when you unpack a bale how much the volume appears to increase, you know, when it's not packed tightly. I didn't think they would need this outside, you know, the outside pin, but I guess they're going to. So we might be grinding up another bale, or actually, well, it looks like it's got an icon. It might actually take whole bales. Usually cattle pins do take whole bales. This one requires us to have it chopped up. Look out, cows. Watch your heads. There you go. Oh, there we go. Forgot it's got a what do you call it? High tip function. Let's get this backed out of here. One more scoop of the straw. I'm gonna try to get all this scooped up. It's gonna be kind of a pain to get all of it, but this is our grass field. Definitely want to get all of it that I can. It was kind of the best surface I saw to dump it out on, but I'm gonna have to really work to get all this scooped up here. All right, 4 liters left. There we go. We actually got somehow 1 extra liter of straw. I swear that bale said 82.50, did it not? Well, either way, we definitely got it all. So there could have been some there from a previous time. There could have been like 1 speck of straw from a, because I have dumped straw there before. Well, regardless, we're good on that. Let's get this. Careful. This is a big machine. And this is all ours now. It is paid off as of, I guess, this month or last month. This machine is all paid off now. There you go, cattle. All right. We'll get this put away, and let's have a look at renting us a cattle trailer so we can go and get us some more cows for our new pen. I'm eager to see how that works out. Now that one's going to need water, so we're going to need a water trailer as well, unless our milk trailer can hold water. I don't know, but while I'm thinking of it, we might have some milk to sell as well. This is just a cow month, but when you're running a cattle farm, yeah. Actually, yeah, we've got enough to fill a trailer full of milk. Let's check the store here. Nothing for sale. If we look at trailers, or nothing on sale rather, if we look at the trailers, yeah, that's a tough choice. I ain't spending $125,000. I guarantee you that. I'll think about this right here. So that'll carry 6 cattle and it costs 25 grand. I mean, probably worth it. It's going to take quite a few trips though. For now though, let's get our milk trailer full of milk. But I guess if we're running a cattle farm and we've got pretty nice equipment, yeah, you know, it'd be irresponsible not to have our own cattle trailer. Because, and it's really, yeah, I bought it for us. It's really stupid to say that, oh, we can't afford it. We have all this stuff, but we can't afford a simple cattle trailer. Of course we can. So that's waiting for us at the store. But first we want to drop this off. And unfortunately, the store where we pick up our trailer is on the opposite side of town from where we sell the milk. I wish they were at the same place. I was trying to figure out how I could do, you know, kill 2 birds with 1 stone, but we can't. All right, we're going to get this filled up with milk. And, well, this should pay off a good portion of that trailer, actually. I forget how much a trailer of milk sells for, but we're going to take this down to the sell station. See you guys down there. All right. Down here, we are selling right here, I believe, is where we sell the milk. This tank here. Forget how much we get for this, but it's good money. Yeah, almost $18,000. Of course, that is a lot of milk. That's enough milk to fill a small fishing pond. But yeah, that's a lot of milk. So, right, now that this is back here, we are off to the store to get our new cow trailer. And then back down to where we just came from to pick up cattle. Yeah, I was trying to figure, is there any way we could kill 2 birds with 1 stone? But no, because we can only pull 1 trailer at a time. So, all right, let's see what we got us here. Let's check this guy out. So this will hold 6 cattle, I think it said. That'll have to do. Yeah, if we want to fill our cattle pen, yeah, it'll take technically 11 trips to the livestock trader, but We don't have to fill it, and we don't have to do so right now. We can make a couple trips and get us a few, you know, couple dozen head of cattle. I think the first thing we'll want to do is we'll want to get one trailer load of cows back to the farm, unload them into our new pen, see how it works, see how they look, see what they need, get them started with stuff. Basically, since it's a new cattle pen I've never used, we'll want to see, get the hang of how it's going to work. We'll just get 6 down there to start with today. We'll get 6 more Holstein cattle like we already have. There we go. Open that up. Now, let's see. We want Holstein. You know, it's funny. I never thought of this until just now. We can buy male or female chickens. But, of course, you don't need male chickens to make eggs. But cows, you need a bull, right? For cows. But yet, we can't buy bulls. It's idle pondering. I mean, ideally, right, if we want more cows, we'd have to have a bull. Anyway, so we're going to buy, let me see, we want these guys here. We want to buy 6. That's all we can buy. $7,000 for the 18-month. And make sure that they are in our trailer. Yep. Let's load up. There we go. All right. I just want to make sure I push the right buttons, that I don't accidentally, you know, I don't want to drive the trailer down here and accidentally have them delivered or something weird like that. We want to make sure that we get them down to the farm. I think it'd be cool if we could buy bulls. I honestly never even thought about it. I mean, I guess, you know, like I said, you can buy male chickens, no point in having them, but I guess it's for aesthetics, you know, for the cock-a-doodle-doo and all that stuff, right? So wouldn't it be cool aesthetically then, you know, to have a bull out in your cow pasture? I think that'd be cool. Now we pull into our tight cattle yard, and how do we get this? I think we're gonna have to back this all the way down there because I'm not sure there's room to turn it around there. I made sure to leave enough room in front of our new cattle pasture that we could maneuver in and out of the bunker silo. I did consider that. I looked at it and I said, how much room are we going to need? You know, we're going to have to get in and out of the slurry, the manure pit, the bunker silo, but is there room to, you know, turn around a trailer? I don't know. So, looks like, yeah, there would have been. Where do we drop off the cattle? Oh, I think I see it right dead ahead. All right, and we are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Move to husbandry. All right, well, let's pull this out of here. There we go. Let's check out our new cattle pasture. I like this. I like the no fence, just open. Of course, we do have that stone wall around here, but you know, we could put this pasture, and we may put one out there in our grass field. You know, we got 5.5 hectares of grass field. What's that, like 12 acres plus, right, of grass back here. Could put one of these back there. I think it'd look cool, just fenceless cow pasture. Very cool. Well, we got 6 out here. Yeah. I originally did have designs, you know, here on this farm to have a huge cattle farm, and I just now decided to get with the program, I guess. So we can maneuver around out here with the tractor. I think that's just really, really cool. Now, let's see. We need to get these girls some, oh yeah, some things. They need things. We don't, we're going to have to make all new stuff for them. Let's see. First thing we should do is let's see if we can get them straw, just a straight bale without chopping it up. I think maybe we can. That'd be a great start. Now, where can we park this trailer? I think we could park it back there by the other trailers. Well, there's a semi back there and a trailer. I think we can. But we're going to need the TMR mixer. So can we put it beside the TMR mixer? Yeah, there's plenty of room for this back here. Let's poke it back here. All right, so we're going to need to mix up some more TMR. The first thing we'll do, though, is we'll see. It's going to grab this out of here, and then we're going to see if we can just put in whole straw bales so we don't have to chop it up. That would save some time. All right, so we'll grab one of these. This will be our first kind of test of this new pen. Need to try this. Oh yeah, we're going to need to see. Let's check that real quick. If our if our trailer can carry water, it most certainly can. Yeah, it can. I was looking at the types there. Yeah, it can actually transport everything. So, hey, and lucky as it would happen, we have a water fill point now because since last episode, we now have a water tank to fill from at the other, the silo farm. Now, let's see. See, there's a picture of a bale up here. Now, the thing is, yeah, it says they need straw, which I wouldn't think they would in an open air pen, but it says they do. There's a picture of, let's see, food right here, and a bale right there. Well, we're going to find out. Let's see. I think we might want to grab this bale long ways. Might be how it's easiest to load in there. So, let's see. It's probably the same as the, the in-game one, but I've never used it either. I've always used bigger pens. I haven't used this one yet, so we'll see here if it takes this. No. Well, it's got a picture there of one, but that's a no, so... The next thing we do is we see if we chop it up in here, if it'll take it. Okay, there's no way to dump it there. Now, since this pen is open, what happens if I do this? If it doesn't work right, we can pick it back up, luckily, because we can drive a vehicle in here. Oh, I think that worked, though. Let me see. I wanted to make sure before I made a mess. I need the cattle pen mouse over... Doesn't say anything. Well, let's see. No, it's, yeah, so I'm not sure how they want us to put the straw in here, then. Again, I wouldn't think an outdoor one would need straw, because they have this nice, soft pasture to bed down in. Now, I'm not the cattle expert. We're gonna have to try another way. I tried to tip it in. Well, we tried the bale. There might be something obvious I'm missing. I don't know. So help me out here. We put in a bale. That didn't do anything. I tried tipping it in. There was no prompt. I pushed the button anyway. Got nothing. I think conventionally people would use a straw blower, but I don't see a need for a $30,000 machine when we have literally everything we need here to process the straw in every way, anything else would require. So let's scoop this here. I'll get the rest of it, but first let's see about dumping it here. Now, there's one more thing we could try. There was a button on FS22. There was a button you could push F5 and toggle on visible triggers. But yeah, on FS25, that does nothing. All right, I figured I'd try. Yeah, on FS22, that was a great trick. If you couldn't find something like, for instance, a pesky animal trigger, you could hit F5 and toggle on like a wireframe, like debug mode, basically, and see where everything's at. So we're going to try dumping this here. It might make a mess. It might not take it. No, we just made a mess. One more thing we can try here is with a smaller bucket. I'll try this, and if this doesn't work, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if this doesn't work. Luckily, we didn't get all the straw, so we can scoop some up with this. But this will fit right in here. I just don't know where else, how else to give them straw, but I don't think that worked. No, that didn't work. I guess there's no way to give them straw. So, again, of course, this cattle pen is a mod. By default, the here, the in-game version of this cattle pen, which is right here. Doesn't take straw, of course. So of course, this one says it produces manure, but I suppose without manure, or sorry, this one says that it produces manure, but without straw, I don't see how it's going to make manure. I'll give this one more shot here with the tractor on this side of the fence dumping like so. No. No, that's negative. Well, I don't know what else we could try. We got most of it. We'll just park this over here out of the way. We'll just park this over here out of the way. One thing we can do is we can get them, well, I'll get them some feed. We can get them some water here. I'll mix them up some feed in a little bit here. What we're going to finish off with today is we're going to, because this we can do pretty quick. I'll do that in my own time. Let's fill up our water trailer from our brand new water tank, and we can at least get them watered. Well, I guess I parked this kind of close. I didn't think about that. I put this water tank kind of close to the, we have liquid fertilizer tanks over there. I'm trying to see if I can get this backed up here. There we go. Managed to get it close enough. Now, I just thought, I think we can get in this cattle pen through the back way. There's a gate down here, and which is open. And since our cattle, since they're in an open pasture, there's no fence. We should be able to drive right in through here. That we may want to close this, and we don't want our cattle wandering out into the street down there. There we go. Get that closed. I like this. I like our cattle pasture here. Our cattle have this kind of the natural barrier of this, just what was already here on the map. You know, this stone wall here. And now let's get this water pumped in here, which, okay, so maybe the reason I wasn't getting a hay prompt or straw wasn't my fault at all. It could be, there, let me pull this up. It could be something altogether with this pen, because there's obviously that's where the water goes. It could be an issue with the pen. I'm making sure there's nothing I have to switch on or anything. All right, I'm gonna try getting this water there. If it doesn't take the water, yeah, then we'll have to investigate. I didn't think it would be an issue. I figured, hey, it's a cattle pen, it'll work. But you know, it's looking like the straw may not have been my fault. This may be a troublesome. Nope. In that case, I will feel around a little more for a straw trigger. See, that's the thing. Maybe there's a straw trigger there I had to feel out like I did the water one. Who knows? But either way, our new cattle here are getting water. All right, so we got Gwyneth and Cletus out here, and Billy. We need 3 more names. But we got our cattle out here. Thanks a lot, guys, for tuning in today. While we're building our cattle farm, we're getting more cows. Sky's the limit, because this pen right here is going to hold 35 or so, 36 more cattle. Sorry, way more than that. 56 more cattle. Yeah, we can hold a lot more cows out here. We got a lot to do here on the farm, and a great harvest month coming up. So I'll see you guys next time. Tell me what you think in the comments down below, and if you liked the video, hit that like button, subscribe, and follow along for more. I'll see you guys probably tomorrow, because I've got another truck driving video. I want to get more truck videos up because I'm having fun in American Truck Simulator. I'll see you guys later. Thanks a lot.